Welcome to a gentle but intense mental workout designed to test logic, lateral thinking, and calm focus. These riddles are crafted to stretch your attention and invite mindfulness. Resist the impulse to rush. Instead, breathe, read slowly, and feel how your thinking shifts when you relax. Every riddle here is a small mirror for the mind. It reveals how you habitually approach problems, whether you jump to answers or sit with the clues. Solving them rewards not only correctness but the ability to stay present while your brain searches. Treat each puzzle as a meditation. Pause. Notice the urge to hurry, then return to the riddle with soft curiosity and steady breath. Riddle 1 warms up your lateral thinking. It uses misdirection to teach clarity. As you read, notice words that seem obvious but are placed to mislead. The trick is to separate surface language from logical structure. Approach the riddle like a calm detective. Ask, what is assumed? And what is actually stated? This small habit turns confusion into insight. When anxiety or frustration rises because the answer doesn't appear, soften your breath and look again. Often the mind finds the solution precisely when it stops forcing it. This exercise trains patience and sharpens reasoning simultaneously. The next riddle leans on pattern recognition, our brain's favorite shortcut. Rather than forcing an immediate conclusion, let your attention scan for repeating elements, rhythm, and symmetry. When patterns emerge, label them silently: shape, time, order. If the mind rushes, bring it back to breath and rescan slowly. This practice builds sustained attention and reduces impulsive answers. In daily life, the same skill helps you notice repetitive thought loops or stress patterns. By recognizing the pattern, you can choose a different response instead of repeating the same reaction. Here comes a riddle that tests wordplay and double meanings. English, and many languages, hide alternate answers inside a single sentence. The skill is to hold multiple meanings at once without forcing one to dominate. Calm awareness helps you entertain both meanings simultaneously. Breathe gently as you read each line and let multiple interpretations float by like clouds. One will settle as the obvious fit. This exercise strengthens verbal flexibility and emotional tolerance for ambiguity, which are essential for reducing anxious certainty and building open curiosity. A logic riddle now asks you to follow consequences rather than feelings. If A then B, if B then C. Rather than guessing, trace a clear chain of cause and effect step by step. If you feel stuck, slow your breath and map the sequence quietly on paper or with your eyes, line by line. This procedural focus trains executive function and calms racing thoughts because it anchors the mind in present actions. Over time, systematically following steps helps you convert overwhelming problems into manageable parts and lowers the panic that comes from perceived complexity. This riddle invites spatial imagination. Visualize moving parts mentally rather than relying solely on text. Many people rush to verbal explanations. Instead, pause and picture the scene. Close your eyes for a breath. Imagine rotating, flipping, or sliding elements, and then open your eyes to test that image against the riddle. Practicing mental simulation strengthens working memory and improves your ability to hold multiple possibilities without judgment. It's a foundational skill for both math problems and mindful problem solving in life. Seeing options clearly before acting. A trick riddle now blends emotional bias with logic. Your expectations will try to steer you toward a stereotyped answer. Notice when your mind adds details that aren't present. This is a practice in mental noticing. Detect added assumptions, breathe, and then return to only what is given. Doing so trains cognitive humility and reduces stubbornness, a key factor in emotional reactivity. Solving riddles this way transfers directly into relationships and work, where letting go of assumptions yields clearer communication and calmer responses. Now a riddle tests both memory and cognitive flexibility. You'll need to hold several variables and swap them mentally. Don't panic. Slow down and rehearse the elements aloud or on paper if needed. This rehearsal anchors the working memory and reduces mistakes. As you practice, notice tension and intentionally lengthen exhalations to release it. These skills sharpen multitasking under calm conditions and build resilience. By practicing holding and shifting ideas calmly, you reroute the brain away from frantic scrambling toward composed problem-solving. The penultimate riddle is a subtle puzzle of perspective. Changing your viewpoint solves it. Mentally step outside your first interpretation and intentionally try the opposite angle. This shift is less about intelligence and more about cognitive flexibility and humility. It reminds you that many life problems dissolve when seen from a different angle. Practicing perspective switching like this combats rigid thinking, reduces anxious stuckness, and cultivates creative solutions. Notice how your body relaxes as you allow new possibilities. Then choose the one that fits best. Finally, the last riddle combines everything learned: focus, pattern, language, logic, visualization, and perspective. Solve it slowly, honoring the breath, and notice how each pause reduces stress and sharpens clarity. Whether you correctly answer every puzzle or not, this practice strengthens your mental muscles and builds mindful awareness. Close by taking 3 slow, deep breaths and thanking your mind for showing up. The real genius is not merely correct answers, but the ability to remain calm, curious, and compassionate toward yourself while stretching your brain.